Hey, welcome to this Windows channel, and this is a little updated video for the Apple event. I'm not going to talk about any, products or anything, but I've started reading a few articles about a few spots where a lot of people kind of complained to Apple after the Apple event that happened on Monday. And I did, you know what? You just listen to something like that live and you have your, first take on it. But afterwards, people start noticing stuff. And one of the things that kind of made a lot of people angry was when, they announced that 600 million PCs were over 5 years old and that basically that was so sad and such a problem. And I looked at that, and of course, remember when they talked about it, and people were laughing a little bit on the and a lot of articles popped up saying, you know what, this is the reason why Apple is not innovating, because the only thing that happens is they think that okay, there's 600 million junk stuff PCs out there, which is not the case. Um, One article was interesting because they said, oh wow, they made a case about how green they were and how they were using renewable energies and stuff, but they want us to ditch 600 million PCs to buy iPad Pros. Yes, for sure, that is good for the environment. And there's a lot of interesting ideas out there. Things that I didn't think of really on Monday when I just looked at the event. I took the event as being an event where they're going to try to sell us some new stuff. But it is interesting because a lot of analysts said, you know what, this is the problem. They are looking at that, saying 600 million PCs over 5 years old, that's sad. And they are in their own little world. They lost the touch with the regular user. And that is one of the reasons why Apple is pretty much stagnating and isn't doing any innovation. And it is true, there's a lot of models out there that did show that there is a certain market for high-end products, but there's a limit to that growth, and the majority of the growth is in mid-range products or even low-end products. And what's interesting in there is there were, one article in Tech Radar was talking about how, you know what, Microsoft is actually really innovating much more than Apple by making a operating system called Windows 10 that actually makes 5-year-old PCs perform better and actually work better today. And that is much more a um, you know a thing that's going to help the environment because they're making older PCs still run today. And of course, a lot of people have been mentioning, well, you know what? They're out of touch also because they don't realize how many people out there just don't have the money to buy new PCs. They're stuck with a 5-year-old PC for a simple reason. They don't have the cash to buy a new one. And that is a reality also about a lot of people. And, I tend to agree that, and I've always said, since a very long time, I've always said that Apple products are overpriced. They are nice products. That's not the thing here. But they are overpriced for what they are, and that's a problem because they make way too much money, on each of these products. Now, they are nice products, and they have their niche market. They have their, you know, higher end people that will, of course, buy these stuff. And I don't see a problem there. That for me, that's not a problem. There are people that can buy these products, and that's okay. But it does show that there's an kind of an out of touch thing happening here. There's Apple and there's the others, and it's interesting because a lot of we never did see that much of a rant before. Analysts saying, "Oh well, wow, did you see that incredible?" In the past it was always, "Oh, did you see that incredible presentation and all the cool stuff Apple's doing?" it seems that this time around, a lot more people just voiced, well, you know what? Well, there's nothing new really. You're just, kind of pushing the same old stuff, and or trying to make it kind of brand new in an old way. And they kind of made a lot of people mad. And actually, I did see a lot of the Apple forums where a lot of PC users actually went on and started saying, hey, you know what? I'm happy with my 5 year old PC that does what I want, and that didn't cost me even, half of what a MacBook Pro costs. And it does the job. And with Windows 10, it's just cool. And I even had a lot of people posting with the hashtag, like hashtag Windows 10, hashtag Windows 10 forever, and stuff like that. It was kind of interesting. There was kind of, it also brings up the old and still there war between PC and Mac users. It's always been there. Mac users have their way of saying things. They love their products. They think a lot of them think PCs are just bad, bad computers. PC users always feel that Mac users think way too highly of their machines and stuff like that. I'm the tech guy, and I got a MacBook Pro here, and I've got also a not just a MacBook Pro, but I also got I've got an iPad, an iPhone. I've got 3 or 4 PCs. I'm pretty much, settled in a lot of different platforms. I like all the platforms, but I do think Apple could have just changed that, figure of 600 million PCs 5 years old, and that I'd say that stupid comment of, oh, that's sad. You know, why don't you just think of your own market instead of attacking the PC market, and just you could have rephrased that to well, you know what, there's a lot of place out there for some new products, and just talk about your iPad Pro, which uh, basically has a bad keyboard that nobody likes, and that even if you write on that keyboard a lot, you even not only have that nobody likes, but you also have the keys that actually erase after use. And I don't know. It's part of the way of marketing stuff, but I did see a lot of people get mad about this on the event, after the event, and especially yesterday. Yesterday was the big day of ranting, where everybody was kind of a little mad about what Apple had said. So these are my little personal observations. We gotta understand that Apple has its own um, its own niche market, where a lot of people will always be loyal to Apple, and that's okay. I mean, that's how you build a company, making products that people love, and that. But it just brings on that everlasting war between PC and Mac users, and you just got to be careful about that. You got to be careful also about it is true that Apple is probably losing touch with maybe the the basic user that doesn't have money to buy a $2,000 MacBook. But you know, you, one of the things you got to be careful as a company is not to say, and it never helps when you say, well, the products of that company are bad compared to mine. That's never something that's good. It's never a good publicity. It's never a good way of saying something. Stick to. I think Apple just needs to stick to its strengths and why the products are good, and stop bashing PC users, and stop saying, well, you know what, those 600 million PCs, it's, almost as they were saying, well, the 600 million PCs that are over 5 years old are, look at all that crap out there. Well, that's not the case. I can tell you that, as even for me, as a tech guy, there's a lot of people that are really happy on their 6 year and 7 year old PC. can tell you that. If you enjoy my videos, why not subscribe to my channel? You'll be informed when new videos are online. Give us thumbs up if you like the videos. And I want to have your comments. What do you think about the Apple event and about the comments that were done in that Apple event, especially about the 600 million PCs and how sad that was? Why not share your thoughts in a civilized manner? And if you're an Apple user, why don't you give me your view of what you see there? And once again, in a civilized manner, I think Mac and PC users can talk in a civilized way about their own little products and own little world. So why not share your thoughts on that? It's going to be interesting to see.